Welcome to the Babbling Grapefruit. Another day, another grapefruit. Really excited to get into it today because, this past weekend I was watching the virtual Kentucky Derby, and I had some thoughts that I wanted to share with you guys. And I was pretty fired up watching this thing because a fair bit of stuff kind of upset me, and so. I like to use this place to, get my feelings out there. While I eat my grapefruit, I like to think about things, And there, like I say, a fair bit that upset me. And I just wanted to say, this virtual horse racing thing, let me get this out of the way. This virtual horse racing thing, I was on that way before it was cool. Those people that are in the know, back in the day, in my high school days, yeah, I was betting on those virtual ponies on Bet365 all the time. Now I prefer the greyhounds. I prefer the virtual greyhounds. But you know what? Give me a bet on a virtual horse race. I'm into that. I'm down with that. I'm okay with that. Those are good times. When it's 2:00, let's say 1:30 in the morning. The West Coast games are over. There's nothing else to bet on. What do? You pull up the virtual ponies, man. You get into the virtual ponies. That's a good freaking time. But here's my problem. So my assumption is, and I don't know, I could be wrong, but I gotta believe this to be true. Why put on a virtual horse race, right? For gamblers, gotta be, right? There's no horse racing enthusiast out there that's just in it for the sport of it, right? There's nobody out there watching horse racing just because they love sports and they love horse racing and they just want to watch a great race. That's bullshit. It's there for the gambling. So why do the Kentucky Derby? Why do a crazy long race? I'm watching this thing, I'm like, all I want to see is the backstretch. Give me a cool quarter mile, baby. I don't need all this, jockeying for position, going back and forth. I don't need that in my life. It takes way too long to get to the point. I'm a gambler. Give it to me. Let's go. Play it fast. You know what I'm saying? Took way too long. There's my other issue. There's my other problem. It's a virtual, right? It's fake horse racing, right? Why the hell are the jockeys whipping the horses? Somebody wrote that program, right? Somebody sat there in front of a computer and wrote the program to make a virtual horse race of the Kentucky Derby. And there was a person, while they were sitting there writing that code, and at some point said, oh yeah, gotta make sure the jockeys are whipping the hell out of the horses. I was watching that backstretch, spoiler warning here, Secretariat goes and pulls off the win, and that jockey is going to town, man. It's a fake horse. And you need to whip the fake horse? Now, don't get me wrong, it's a fake horse, can't feel the pain. I understand that. But horse whipping makes me uncomfortable, and I wasn't into it. And I just don't understand why the whole jockey couldn't have just, never mind with the whipping for a minute. Leave the whipping alone. Don't whip the horse. It's a fake horse, man. You're writing the code, leave the whipping out of it. That's my advice anyway. And but I will say this. When I was watching it, I was thinking to myself, that's sports, man. Sports are great. Love me some competition. Love me really anything where there's winners and losers. I'm into it. And sports is the ultimate game of winners and losers. And so, I was down with it. But then it got me to thinking about things about sports that kind of suck. Things that I don't miss about sports. Things that, when there's no, what specifically about no fans. There are certain things when sports come back and there are no fans that I'm going to be pumped about. Chief among them, no wave. Fuck the wave, man. Hate the wave. Hate the wave. I don't understand why show up to a game to not watch the game, right? Imagine being that guy who's standing there for 3 innings of a baseball game, just trying to rally the crowd into standing up and going, woo! You know, I remember when I was a child, I was like a little kid, and I was at a ball game with my grandfather, and the wave was coming. I was pumped. You know, I'm like 7, 8 years old. I'm pumped. I'm sitting there, and I see it coming. Here it comes. Here it comes. Right? And it comes up, and I'm like, woo! Right? My grandfather gave me such shit. It's like, pay attention to the game. Watch the game. You're here to watch the game. And he was generally a pretty easygoing guy, really nice guy, great guy. But he didn't like the wave. And as I got older, I started thinking about it. I thought, he's right. 100% right. Waves are annoying as hell. Nobody's watching the game. It's a good thing they put up those fences at the baseball games nowadays, right? You'd be sitting there watching the wave, and bam! Get hit with a foul ball. And you deserve it, too. You deserve it. You know who deserve it most of all? The guy with his back to the game, trying to get people to do the wave. That guy's the worst. Hate that guy. What's also possible is that at some point in my life I was that guy, which is pretty messed up too. But you know, we all have our moments, we all have our phases. You know, you live, you learn, you grow. Something else about fans that won't be there is, you know, when you're at like a baseball game or a hockey and football, whatever. So say you're at the Jays game, it's Blue Jays Red Sox, and here comes Buddy, who's never been to a baseball game, or maybe has, he's just an idiot, and he's wearing his Yankees shirt, or he's wearing his Angels shirt, or he's wearing his White Sox shirt, his hat. He's like, I'm going to a baseball game. I'm going to wear my baseball stuff. Dude, the Yankees aren't playing. Why wear your Yankees gear? If you're such a big Yankees fan, why aren't you sitting at home watching the Yankees game? You're here at the Jays Red Sox. You don't need to wear your Yankees gear. It makes no sense. It makes absolutely no sense. I never understood that. And you know who the biggest culprit is? You watch a football game in London, those people are just so excited it's football time, and they just break up any gear with the NFL shield on it, and they just sit there and they're like oblivious to what's happening, and they're like, it's American football. Well, that was probably pretty bad, but I don't know. That was what it was. And they're just watching the games, and they're wearing their you know, whatever jersey, their Raiders jersey, and it's Jags Colts. I never understood that. I never understood the thought that goes into someone. That's really not. It makes absolutely no sense. If it's a hat and you wear that hat every day of your life, and so be it, I get it. The rest of you can go to hell. You know what? Enough with you. So I look forward maybe, you know, later in 2020 to watch some sporting events with no fans. Might be a pretty decent time. Well, Grapefruit's done. So am I. See you next time.